There are so many talented creators on this platform that make me feel like I have zero talent. I hope that you've seen at least one of their videos because they deserve all the support that we can give them. If you want to see more diverse high-quality videos here on YouTube, then check out these creators that I'm featuring today. They're awesome. Now let's get back to the video. This farm boy built the world's biggest company. He dropped out of college to start his first business, and within 3 years it was doing $2 million per year in sales. But people around him told him, "You don't have what it takes to be in retail." So he decided to prove them wrong. He borrowed $20,000 from his father-in-law and opened up a small retail store called Walmart. Fast forward to today, and Walmart is the largest company in the world by revenue, pulling in over $600 billion every single year. So here's how this farm boy built the world's biggest company. Taking a look back, Sam Walton was born on March 7, 1918 in Kingfisher, Oklahoma. His father owned a farm and dairy, and his mother worked as a beautician and a hairdresser. But despite growing up on a farm, Sam spent most of his time in the nearby town of Perry, where he attended public school. It was not long before Sam developed an interest in business and would buy things from the local merchants and resell them for a profit. For example, he would buy discarded Christmas trees from the local lumber yard for 50 cents a piece and then resell them to customers for $3 each. At one point, Sam even convinced his parents to let him use their chicken coops to raise rabbits, which he would sell for meat. Sam had a natural interest in business and always seemed to know exactly when to sell an item. For example, he would notice when farmers were running out of feed for their animals, and then he would sell them more supplies to continue farming. Sam could sense an opportunity nearly anywhere he went, but his entrepreneurial spirit came at a cost. When Sam was just 13 years old, the entire country would fall into the Great Depression, and this hit his family pretty hard. In fact, his father lost the farm, and the family had to move into a two-room house with no electricity or indoor plumbing. Although it may sound crazy today, back then, many farms didn't even have electricity or basic utilities. So this meant that Sam and his 4 siblings had to share a bed. To make matters worse, Sam's father passed away when he was just 16 years old. This left Sam's mother as the sole provider for the family, and she worked as a beautician and a hairdresser to make ends meet. Despite growing up in poverty, Sam was able to graduate from high school. But after graduation, he didn't feel like continuing his education. Instead, he wanted to get a job and start earning money. So at age 17, Sam found a job working at a retail store called Ben Franklin. He started out making $12 per week, but quickly became the highest paid employee at the store, raking in $40 per week. Eventually, the owner of the store asked Sam if he wanted to buy the store from him. So with the help of his mother, Sam purchased the store. But unfortunately, not everything went according to plan. Just 6 months into ownership, Sam had to close the store down for several weeks due to a flood. And just when he thought things couldn't get any worse, the federal government started taxing businesses. This made Sam realize that he needed more knowledge about business in order to survive. So he enrolled at the University of Missouri, where he studied under a professor named John M. McStaff, who taught some of the first classes on retailing. Just 2 years later, Sam graduated with honors and received the Outstanding Young Man of America award. He applied for a job at the retail cooperative that his professors worked for, but much to his disappointment, he was rejected for the position. Luckily, Sam didn't let this get him down, and instead used it as motivation to prove them wrong. He decided to head to New York City to find work, and this is where he would discover the retail industry's leading suppliers. But when he reached out to them, they also rejected him. Undeterred, Sam headed back home and began drafting a business plan for his future retail outlet. Sam wanted to create a discount retail store, similar to the retail chains in New York City. But there was just one problem. He didn't have enough money to start the business, so he decided to take out a loan. Sam approached a local bank manager and requested a $20,000 loan, but this was quickly denied. So Sam reached out to his father-in-law, who lent him $20,000. With this capital, Sam leased a 2,800 square foot space near a shopping mall and opened up shop on July 2, 1962. He named the store Walmart as a play on his name, and right from the start, it was clear that Sam had something special. For starters, Sam created an easy-to-navigate store layout with rows upon rows of merchandise. This was very different from other stores, which usually featured messy aisles and poor lighting. Sam also negotiated extremely low prices from manufacturers by placing massive orders, and this allowed him to pass the savings on to his customers. To get the word out, Sam ran newspaper ads targeting middle-income families, which was a brand new approach in the retail space. By implementing new ideas and appealing to customers in new ways, Walmart quickly started gaining traction. But while Sam was experiencing success, his brother Bud was trying to do the same thing. In fact, Bud also opened up a discount retail store, but he did things a bit differently. Bud opened up a store in a rundown part of town and hired ex-convicts and individuals with bad reputations. As you might have guessed, this led to a lot of trouble, and Bud ended up closing down his store. On the other hand, Sam was seeing tremendous growth and expansion. Within just 5 years of opening his first store, he opened up 38 stores across Arkansas, Missouri, and Kansas. But all of this success caught the attention of the retail giants, and they weren't happy about what Sam was doing. You see, Sam had become a threat to traditional retailers, and as a result, they tried everything they could to stop him. For example, they reached out to banks and instructed them not to lend money to Sam. They also pressured manufacturers to stop selling to Sam, and on top of that, they launched a smear campaign against Sam to tarnish his reputation. But Sam didn't let any of this get in his way. In fact, Sam knew that these actions were signs that he was on the right track. Also, Sam knew that he needed to keep pushing forward if he wanted to expand. And this brings us into the rise of a retail empire. As Sam continued expanding Walmart, he came across another problem. He didn't have the funds to continue opening new stores. But Sam didn't let this hold him back. In fact, he took the company public in 1970 and raised $1 million. With this money, Sam continued opening new stores and introduced color TVs to his product mix. But this proved to be a risky move, as color TV sets were often stolen from the stores. So Sam installed security systems in each store. This gave him control over shrinkage, but it also saved him hundreds of thousands of dollars. Throughout the 1970s and 1980s, Sam continued opening up new stores and expanding the business. But it wasn't all smooth sailing. In fact, in 1988, Sam suffered a stroke, which put him in a wheelchair. But Sam was determined to get back to work, and just 6 weeks after the stroke, he was back in the office. Unfortunately, Sam's health wouldn't hold up for much longer, and in 1992, he passed away from complications due to cancer. But luckily, Sam had prepared the company well for his absence. Walmart has since grown to over 10,000 stores in 24 countries. But although Walmart has brought a lot of value to customers around the world, the company has also been involved in some pretty unethical activities. For example, in 2011, Walmart was accused of bribing $200 million worth of bribes to Chinese officials. And on top of that, they were also accused of forcing suppliers to pay for transportation costs that never occurred. Apart from these controversies, Walmart is by far the largest company in the world based on revenue, pulling in over $500 billion every single year. The company has also created millions of jobs and given people all around the world access to cheap goods. So I guess you could say that the good and the bad come as a package when you have a company as big as Walmart. As I was putting this video together, I was struck by how much hard work and effort goes into creating a video that performs well. You see, I didn't just wake up one day and see that my channel had 1 million subscribers. In fact, it took years of constant work and improvement to get here. And I've realized that there's a certain system behind every successful creator on YouTube. I've taken this system and put it into my brand new free course, which is all about helping you grow on YouTube. If you want to check out this free course, I'll leave it in the description down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Also, make sure to add me on social media and on my second channel. I post there every single day. So if you want to see a brand new video from me every single day, then definitely add yourself to that. I'll see you guys on the next one.